Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video, I thought I'd do another review of a movie that I watched there a couple of months ago, and a movie that I wasn't too keen on. The movie is from 2024 and it stars Barbara Hershey, Willa Fitzgerald, Kyle Gallner and Ed Begley Jr. And that movie is called Strange Darling. Now, as I say, guys, I did watch it a couple of months ago, and at that time, I wasn't particularly keen on it, and I did give it a quite a poor review, actually. But what I thought I'd do, I saw this edition in Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of quid knocked off, so I thought to myself, I'll give it another go. Now, this is the special edition, as you can see. It's got the it's got the 4K and it's got the Blu-ray, and it's got a couple of extra features on as well. Yeah. So as I say, guys, yeah, I don't do it often, guys. I don't do it often. If I don't like a movie, that's it. But I was just drawn back to this basically, and that, so I thought I'd give it another go. So what I'm going to do, guys, after give you an outline of the movie and that, I'm going to share my thoughts on it, and I'm going to tell you whether I liked it better this time round. Okay then, guys, before I do anything else, I'll just read the blurb at the back of this edition, just in case you're not familiar with it. A clever and relentless thrill ride that defies audience expectation at every turn. In Strange Darling, nothing is what it seems. When a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. A brand new horror thriller from the producers of Late Night with the Devil. Absolutely love that movie. One of the best modern horror movies I've ever seen. And Barbarian. This flawlessly constructed, fresh take on the cat and mouse genre stars Willa Fitzgerald, Kyle Gallner, Ed Begley Jr. And Barbara Hershey. Yeah. Okay then, guys. So that's the synopsis for the 2024 horror thriller Strange Darling. Okay then, guys. On to my thoughts now on this rewatch. Yeah. The main problem with this, guys, again, I found parts of it very, very slow paced. I love the beginning. It starts off a real bang, literally, because you get this girl getting chased through the backwoods, the American backwoods, by this guy. Seems to be a very, very malevolent guy, with a shotgun and that, and he's chasing through the woods and that, and it really a lovely colour as well, lovely cinematography. But then I don't want to try not to give too much away of it, guys, in case you haven't seen it. But there will be one or two spoilers in the end of this video, so I'll just give you the red flag just to make you aware of any spoilers. But yeah, guys, as I say, it started off promising enough, and that, the girl getting pursued by this guy with the shotgun and that, this bespectacled guy, basically running for her life, basically through the woods and that, but then like what it is, this movie is I think it's about 6 chapters Now, these chapters don't run in linear order, which I always prefer in my films. I like my films to run in linear order. This thing happens, that thing happens, and all, chronologically and that. I don't like flashbacks. I've never liked flashbacks. They've got to be very, very good and very relevant to the plot, before you even consider, accepting them in the movie. But this was a bit jumbled, guys, to be honest. I don't know what they were trying to go for here, really, because it could have been made linear, in my opinion. So I was expecting something great. So I thought to myself, oh, they're sort of like putting the later chapters earlier, and then the early chapters later. They just basically jumble the chapters up, guys, and that, to sort of like like what's happened at the moment. It goes back again to what happened previously, if you know what I mean. So they basically intersperse the flashbacks of that here and there with what's going on in the present. I did find that a little bit like off-putting, to be honest, But yeah, as I say, guys, started off well enough, but then the part where it got to the bedroom scenes and that, and the sex scenes, and I thought, oh, this is a real drag. I didn't like this. I wasn't particularly keen on the characters. They didn't really seem to stand out for me. They could have fleshed them out a bit more, guys, and I was expecting this fantastic twist, but I didn't get anything. It was like basically, to me, in my opinion, I always say this because I know this movie does have its fans. In my opinion, it was a bit of a damp squib, the end and that, I was expecting this, like, when you see all that on there, all the 5-star ratings and that, a cult film and that, it's sort of like, it's sort of your expectation is kindled, isn't it, if you didn't know anything about the movie, you just went to HMV or whatever, and you saw that, you thought, oh, I've got to have that, but yeah, guys, yeah, part was very, very slow and drawn out, and also, the girl, the main, protagonist, or should I say, the main, what's her name, antagonist, she didn't really, again, she was doing things in that, she was killing, spoiler alert, she was killing people in a quite bloody fashion, slashing their throats, but you didn't really get get really into her character why she was doing it and that. So she takes refuge, like when she's running away from this guy with the shotgun. She takes refuge in this out of the way, house with two old people just about to have their breakfast and that. She bangs on the door, and she ends up, spoiler alert, she ends up killing the old guy. It's not really explained why she's a bit, cuckoo. She's obviously a psychopath and that. But I when it started off, I was expecting that guy, him to be the serial killer. But it turned out quite differently. It took me on a different path and that, and I suppose a lot of people who thought he was going to be the serial killer, they were quite surprised as well. But yeah, guys, as I say, it's a shame because I really wanted to like this movie. It's a beautiful edition and that, lovely slipcover and that, and as I say, it's got extras at the back and that, which I will watch and that, But it's a shame. Like, I think this was a missed opportunity, this, guys. Strange Dawn. But as I say, if you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to put you off it. By all means, rent it, buy it, and that, But I just thought I'd give it another go, and that, because sometimes it doesn't happen very often, guys. But there have been in the past 1 or 2 movies where I haven't warmed to it first. But on rewatch, I've grown to like them. One example would be The Conjuring. But yeah, guys, it's a shame because, as I say, I really wanted to like this movie and I wanted to keep it in my collection, but it just didn't do anything for me, guys. It was very, very slow. And another part as well, spoiler alert, and this concerns the ending. So don't watch now if you don't want to know the ending. Where the girl, the main antagonist, she hitches a lift with this woman and that, and she basically, the woman pulls a gun out and that and basically shoots her and that. But you see, like, at the end of the movie, you see the girl in the car and she's sort of like, she's like in a trance and that, and she's just holding her head like that. She's well away, like, guys, she's real bloody fruitcake here, and she's just like that in the car. Oh yeah, guys. Honestly, guys, you'll have to see it yourself to get to see what I mean. She's just. I thought she was going to do something, going to jump up on that, a big jump scare. No, bro, she was going. Perhaps she was like drugged out of her mind and that, But yeah, guys, as I say, there was a missed opportunity here with Strange Darling and that. It's a shame, like, as it did have all the potential to be a real good thriller, and it basically just fell flat on its face. But as I say, I don't want to put this off. You people, I haven't seen it, by all means, like, rent it, buy it and that. But again, guys, just like the first time, I wasn't bowled over by it. And the director, I believe the director did Late Night with the Devil as well. Written and directed by J.T. Mullen. And as I said before, I love Late Night with the Devil. So I was expecting another treat in that. Late Night with the Devil is a much superior movie, in my opinion. This was a very, very disappointing, guys. And its main problem was the pacing, particularly where they were in. And mumbling as well. Jeez, I've said this before, and I've said it again. Why can't they bloody learn to pronounce the bloody lines coherently and clearly so people can hear what they're bloody saying? They do it a lot. This is a bad trend, guys, in these modern horror movies. They like the... You'd be like, I believe some people have got to put the bloody subtitles on to find out what they're saying. I don't know why these modern producers let them get away with it, like just mumbling that. You go, you know what the hell they're bloody saying? I've said it before, and that's another fault, guys. I didn't like the mumbling and that, and you didn't really get a clear idea of why she was doing. She was obviously a bloody fruitcake. She was off her head and that. She really wasn't that. But as I say, you didn't get a real understanding of what, a background. Maybe they'll do a sequel, I don't know, and then it's a spoiler alert, when she goes into the old folks home and that takes refuge in that, the old lady goes out and that, it just starts like that. They're having these, like, this weird breakfast and that, like sausages and that, and they have, like, they put, like, all cream over it and that, like real weird breakfast and that, mixing the sweet and sour, and I just have to have breakfast when they get disturbed by the girl banging on the door, let me in, help me, and that. But then the old woman goes out the room, and next minute she comes in and she's killed her husband, this psycho. And it's not really explained why she's killing people and that, But yeah, guys, as I say, on second rewatch, my opinion hasn't been coloured at all, unfortunately. And as I say, it's sad, like, it could have had much, it could have, with a few tweaks here and there, it could have been a much better movie. But I do know a lot of people like this movie, so, I'm not saying, like, that's fine, everybody to their own taste and that. But I also there are some people that don't care for it. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be watching it again, guys. I've watched it twice now, guys, and I'm not going to revisit it again, So, yeah, as I say, it's a shame. Like, I love the cover as well, guys. A lovely addition and that, But yeah, so they were the main problems, guys. The pacing, the mumbling, the character. I thought the characters were like cardboard cutouts. There wasn't really any depth to them, not many layers to them, And she was just behaving like in the most erratic fashion. You can imagine, and that, you didn't really know much about her, and that she had this, starts off with as this red wig on, and that, and then she takes it off, and that, and she torments this guy, who's sort of like doing it, you know what I mean with it, a bit of how was your father with her.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Thank you, Dick. Yeah, but as I say, guys, started off great with a bang, literally with a bang, involved with a shotgun and that, and she's running through the American backwoods and that, trying to get away from this guy and that, And she does another odd thing as well, guys, I didn't understand. When he's sort of like, he's stalking and that, what does she do? She doesn't run out of the house, she puts herself... She goes into the fridge and locks herself in the fridge, making herself a prime sort of like a liability for an attack. And she ends up getting handcuffed to the fridge and that. And again, guys, I won't say any more about it, guys. I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. But there was a couple of ways she behaved that I thought to myself, why did she do that? What was the logic in that? Yeah. But as I say, guys, to conclude my second viewing of Strange Darling, I'm afraid to say it didn't do anything for me on the second watch, and I won't be revisiting it again. Okay then, guys, that's it. Have any of you guys seen Strange Darling? What did you think of it? To share my opinion that it was a very mediocre American thriller movie, or did you love it? Leave a comments down below, guys. Let's get a good discussion going about Strange Darling. But yeah, guys, as I say, I can't give it a very high mark. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give it I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10, guys. That's all, because in my opinion, that's all it's worth. Yeah. But as I say, guys, everybody to their own taste. If we all like the same thing, it'd be a pretty boring world, wouldn't it? That's what makes it fun doing YouTube, being a YouTuber, having different opinions. I'm sure you all agree. And it's like football teams, isn't it? If one supports like Everton, one supports Liverpool, one supports Man U, and it's it's fun to sort of like bring all the opinions together and disagree on things and that, and it makes for a good-hearted discussion. Yeah, but yeah, guys, as I say, I'm afraid I can't give any positive ratings for this movie. Okay then, guys, so yeah, so on second watch, yeah, it didn't do anything for me, Strange Darling, and I was probably let it go. Okay then, guys, that's it, and have a nice weekend. And usually, if you like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comments, and all going well. I hope to be back again very, very soon. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be on Ollie's channel this Monday night, live stream with Sam. Yeah, so watch out for me there, 7:30 this Monday. Okay then, guys, that's it. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Take care.
If you enjoyed watching this video, guys, you might like to check out my website at www.alantoner.com. You'll be able to find out a little bit more about my work as a writer and all the books I have published to date. Thanks for watching.